You wake up gasping for air, your head splitting in agony. You feel yourself in two places at once. On a wagon, companions in tow, headed somewhere. And now here, alone in the wagon, waking up next to the crossroads. You gather yourself. Something's changed. Something's different. You feel both journeys happening simultaneously, almost as if you're in two places at once. You laugh to yourself as you settle your heart. Of course, this is an eldritch apocalypse. Why not split into two? You gather yourself and prepare to meet your companions. Hopefully there's a way to reunify your split consciousness, but if not, you'll just wake up alone in a wagon twice instead of once. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Loki Orn, and we are playing Darkest Dungeon 2 on the new patch, Oblivion's Ingress. We are going to play through the Denial chapter, because I just want to kind of get my feet wet, check out this new patch, and based on the patch notes and a little bit of what I've heard, it's quite substantial in its changes. So I want to get kind of a baseline run in place before we start pushing ourselves against the seething sigh. As I alluded to, I'm actually recording this in conjunction with a run of Honor Among Thieves on the main branch patch. So our poor Wagoneer's just gonna have to deal with a little split personality until then. But anyway, let's get set up here. So we've got a Bulwark Man-at-Arms. That'll be makes his shield attacks quite good. It's kind of appealing. But what we're going to end up doing is a variant, as we usually do with new patches, we will do a variant of the Unusual Suspects. Now, in this case, I think we will do this version known as Point Blank Inspection. The reference being that you have Dismas up front because you just unlocked Point Blank Shot. But anyway, let's meet our characters. So we've got a Night Sworn Grave Robber, whose favorite cloak is apparently the Shadows. Minus 25% max HP, which is pretty scary, though less scary against the chains than the Seething Sigh. If Stealth, plus 50% damage. And Lunge and Pirouette, plus 50% damage. So Last Gasp, if she's on low HP, which she's gonna be, plus 4 speed, but she has a flawed release, so minus 5 crit. We're gonna want to get rid of that. But I do think, let's set her up for success here. Definitely going to ditch Flashing Daggers. And unfortunately, Pick to the Face is not really viable most of the time either. So we're probably going to do like a Lunge Pirouette sort of deal. And then rely on Dead of Night to put us into stealth. We're really going to be looking for an item to get our stealth in there. But just Lunge Pirouette's going to have to be good enough. Next up is Paracelsus, who is a Wanderer. So very baseline. We do get to use Incision here. And I think... Oh my. Haha, the Breacher Doctor returns. Oh boy. Okay, so this is going to be quite interesting. So we're not going to get to use Point Blank Shot a lot, are we? Thank God we have Barristan for this. So that means Incision is definitely on the cards because Paracelsus is going to end up in the front rank. And I think we're going to want Magnesium Rain and probably put Blinding Gas back in. Because if we think about it, Paracelsus is going to move to the front. Dismas will be where he is. And then Barristan will be in the third rank and he can shield slam his way up. That'll have to be good enough, I think. Alright, but next up is Barristan as a Bulwark. So less crush and riposte damage, but his shield attacks are quite strong. And his Stand Fast skill gives taunt as well, making him quite the tanky boy. So I don't know if Hold the Line is a shield attack or not. I know Rampart is, but it's not clear to me that Hold the Line is. I think it is though. But anyway, let's put in Stand Fast, and I don't think we're going to be using Retribution as much. We'll have to test and see if these have more damage than they're supposed to. Because if they both do, then we drop Rampart for Retribution. But we'll test that. Anyway, amateur weaponsmith and sickly, so pretty standard. And then finally, Dismas is a wanderer. He's unfortunately almost never going to get to point blank shot. So even though we're doing point blank inspection, and that's just standard flip, which we just recently did a run of. What is this? Yeah, that's just the unusual suspects. Oh well. We'll set up Dismas kind of with his standard kit because he's almost never going to get to point blank shot because of Breacher. And yeah, that'll have to be good enough. So let's get going. So yeah, this is in the new patch. So our primary focus here is seeing the new patch, fighting the new cultists, and hopefully learning something new. In terms of the macros of this formation, I mean, we've talked about the unusual suspects a lot. This is just another variant of it, and this one, compared to most, is probably pretty close to the unusual suspects. The only real difference is Dismas's position, being in the jumbo storage trunk early is quite nice. Dismas being in the first rank is kind of fun from a purely getting to use point blank shot if we didn't have Breach or Paracelsus. But other than that, this formation functions basically the same. So all the same things hold true. Baseline, we have the stress management from bolster. So stress is kind of mediocre to medium, good enough is what I usually say. The healing, you have Paracelsus for the spot heals, and Barristan and Audrey can both self-heal under certain circumstances. So that's quite good. And then Dismas providing damage output along with Audrey and Paracelsus for the dots. I mean, this is overall a very good formation. And it's kind of nice that the baseline formation in Darkest Dungeon 2 is so competent. But that's not really what we're focused on here. We're really focused on seeing the new cultists and getting to the end here. And I'll be sharing my thoughts along the way. And that's part of the reason we're doing this in denial first, is I really just want to have the opportunity to test the game out. So, let's think about this for a second. So Dismas slashes forward, setting up point blank shot next turn. No, it still doesn't set up point blank shot because Barristan's going to shift all the way to the front. So still doesn't set up point blank shot. All right, so Rampart baseline does 3 to 6. This is doing 5 to 9, so it's getting 50%. Hold the line, baseline 3 to 6, 5 to 9. Okay, so they are both considered shield attacks. Boom. So they are both considered shield attacks, so we probably don't need Rampart, which will let us have Retribution. And Retribution isn't really going to be about... Ooh. Well, that's nice. Retribution isn't really going to be about the damage output. It's going to be about the tanking of it. And, kind of helping create some extra DPS here. Because it's forward 3, shield, or block token and immobilize versus forward 1 and that. But it is a chance to stun with combo points. But we've got other things to spend our combo points on. So I think we do it like that. Try that out. Who do we want to be our fast boy? Probably Dismas. We'll just make Dismas the fast boy here. Or fast girl, I should say, too. But I think Audrey... Probably good with her going second most of the time. But yeah, I mean, easy and nothing to say about that fight. I mean, really, there's no, point talking about it. It's a pretty basic fight. But, comment section below, how are you feeling about this patch so far? Anyone who's played it, let me know what you think as I play through it here. Let's go ahead to our inn. It'll be pretty bog standard here. May as well spend the whiskey barrel. That was pretty good. My time in the desert goes on Audrey. Give her the chance at stealth. And let's find out where we're going. So, the Fodder. Grave Calling, Exterminate for the Alchemical Retort. Or Alembic and Retort. Or, Heat Wave. No more than 6 road battles, but greater sacrificial host. Neither of these rewards is very exciting. And going to the creature den is quite good. But I kind of want to just fight the librarian early. And that means I don't really care about this. This is a little scary though. Excuse me. The Fodder, I'm very reluctant. I'm still very reluctant to fight the Harvest Child. It is just such a scary fight. But this is such a middling, like, to non-existent reward. And it is minus 20% burn resist, so we're going to be taking a lot of burn. We'll take a minute. We're going to look at other stuff. Candies and chocolate and another whiskey barrel, you say? Well, that's okay. Let's get our, we'll see what happens here. The rare whiskey barrel that works all the way. Alright, so Barristan and Dismas we can theoretically pop here. Nice! Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, I do think we might make a go of it. Yep. Still upgrade bolster. Put in our jumbo storage trunk. This is just so unexciting, whereas this might actually get a small degree of use. Alright. Decided it. We're going to go to the Sprawl. I don't know if that's right, but I just have a bias towards going to the Sprawl, and I do not like fighting a Zone 1 Harvest Child, as you can see if you watch my Trinket tier list video. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let the YouTube algorithm know I make content you like to watch. This is the Formation Point Blank Inspection, and next time we'll be in the Sprawl. Until then, see ya!